Look closely at the world right now. You're seeing it everywhere. A pervasive sense that the reality we are sold isn't the definitive truth. For years, UFO was a buzzword for conspiracy theorists. In 2021, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a report confirming over 140 encounters that the military could not explain. They didn't call them aliens, they called them unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, but they didn't rule anything out. The New York Times has run headlines discussing off-world vehicles and technology that seemingly defies gravity and thermodynamics. They are here and they are advanced. If the government is admitting this much now, what have they been hiding for the last century? More importantly, why are they hiding it? And what do these phenomena actually want? The conventional narrative is one of slow, logical evolution. Humanity iterates. We learn to control fire, then agriculture, then electricity, but something changes in the mid-20th century. The growth curve of technological advancement goes vertical. The technology we have now, from AI to quantum computing, is not the result of slow iteration. It feels like a leap. Many engineers and thinkers have questioned this. Is it possible that humanity didn't discover this technology, but was given it? The concept of the breakaway civilization suggests that a selected elite has access to technology far advanced beyond public knowledge. The why is simple: control. If you control the information, you control the perception of reality. If you know the technology that makes the UAPs possible and you hide it, you have ultimate power. This isn't just about military tech. This is about information. We are currently living in an era where reality itself is becoming malleable. Deepfakes mean we can't trust what we see. Algorithms curate what we believe. The official explanation for why advanced technology is hidden is usually national security. But what if the suppression goes deeper? What if the knowledge being suppressed is not about physics, but about our origin and our connection to other realms? The narrative we are given, the materialist, atheistic view of the universe where everything can be explained by physics and chemistry, is not just an idea. It is a controlled perception. It is a cover story. If the government is suppressing truth now, is it possible they are simply continuing a program that has been in place for thousands of years? Look at the ancient world. Mainstream archaeology tells a neat story. Hunter-gatherers, then civilization, then building simple things. But the artifacts don't line up. This is Pumapunku in Bolivia. The stone is andesite, hard rock. The precision of the cuts is astronomical, comparable only to modern CNC machining. The blocks fit together like Legos, defying logic for a civilization that supposedly didn't have iron or the wheel. This is Baalbek, Lebanon. The Temple of Jupiter rests on a foundation of stones weighing nearly 1,000 tons each. We still cannot construct machines today that can comfortably lift and place these stones with such precision. How was this done? These are things mainstream academia cannot definitively answer. They offer theories, ramps, logs, thousands of workers, but they have never successfully recreated the feats. The mainstream answer, that they were advanced, is empty. It doesn't explain how they became advanced. Civilization didn't slowly emerge, it erupted. Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, went from simple settlements to the cradle of writing, advanced mathematics, law, and complex agriculture almost overnight. How? The ancient peoples themselves gave an answer that mainstream history refuses to take seriously. They didn't claim to have invented it. They said they were taught it by entities. The Sumerian cuneiform tablets speak of the Anunnaki, those who came from the sky. These beings were described as giving humanity the me, the divine ordinances that included the arts of metalworking, weapon-making, cosmetics, and the structure of society itself. The gods of the ancient world were not abstract psychological concepts to these people. They were actual, tangible beings who interacted with them. In virtually every ancient culture, you find this narrative, a sudden arrival of advanced knowledge given by other beings, leading to advanced civilizations that inevitably, violently collapse. The Dendera light in ancient Egypt looks unmistakably like a filament lamp. The Abydos carvings seem to show a helicopter and other modern aircraft. We are told they are misinterpretations, but they are there. Is it possible the knowledge suppressed by modern governments is this same knowledge, rediscovered, reaccessed, or still being managed by the descendants or successors of these ancient powers? The common narrative of a material world, which the modern world, the media, and modern governments force us to accept, is designed to blind us from this larger reality, a reality that is spiritual, hyperdimensional, and far more chaotic than they allow us to see. This material worldview is a construct, a prison for our perception, keeping us manageable, distracted by technology, and ignorant of the true game. This brings us to the core, a puzzle with pieces that mainstream science, academia, and governments keep discarding because they simply do not fit their narrative of progress. You have ancient technological anomalies like Pumapunku. You have sudden civilizations claiming otherworldly teachers like the Anunnaki. You have the official admission of modern UAP phenomena, and you have a global government effort to control and direct technology and information. What connects all of this? Why the need for such total control? What is the real danger? The solution that mainstream academia will not touch, the only one that integrates the historical, the physical, and the modern UAP phenomena without requiring mental gymnastics, is found in an ancient text that was removed from the Western eye. It is the Book of Enoch, written around 200 BCE. Though parts are much older, the Book of Enoch was considered sacred text by many early Jewish and Christian groups. It is even cited in the New Testament. Enoch provides the missing narrative. It tells the story of the Watchers. These are not space aliens in the modern sense. They are described as angels, multidimensional entities who left their proper dwelling. The text records, "It happened after the sons of men had multiplied in those days. They became enamored of the daughters of men. The Watchers transgressed the word of the Lord. They took wives for themselves, and they taught them sorcery and incantations. They taught them the art of working metals and the making of weapons, the knowledge of the stars and of all that is relevant to the moon." The Book of Enoch states that the knowledge that triggered the sudden eruption of civilization, metalworking, warfare, and complex astrology was forbidden. It was knowledge given by these corrupted celestial beings. These beings, the Watchers, did more than just teach technology. They took human women and produced offspring. These were the Nephilim, the giants or men of renown from Genesis chapter 6. The Book of Enoch details this interaction as a massive conspiracy. The gods of the ancient world, from the Sumerian Anunnaki to the Greek Olympians, were in this view the Watchers and their Nephilim offspring. They were not gods. They were corrupted, powerful beings who established themselves as rulers and enslaved humanity through technological and spiritual manipulation. This ancient account makes sense of the puzzle. The technology was not a slow iteration of human progress. The knowledge was given. This advanced tech was always meant to enslave, not to liberate. We are told that history is an accident, but when you map the data points across time, you don't see an accident, you see a closed loop system. Look at the anomalies that keep surfacing. We have the documented reports surrounding figures like Jeffrey Epstein, which involve the systemic, ritualized exploitation of children, an act historically linked to the worship of entities like Moloch. These are not just crimes, they are the signatures of an ancient power structure that operates through ritual. This same pattern repeats in the highest levels of the fashion and music industries. Look at the explicit, recurring use of satanic imagery, occult inversion, and ritual-coded aesthetics in high-end media. These are not just edgy marketing trends. They are the branding of an elite class that signals its allegiance to a system that functions on the exact same logic the Book of Enoch describes. The Watchers established a hierarchy based on the corruption of human autonomy. If that system is still running, then the elites we see today, the media moguls and the global power brokers, are not the architects. They are the maintenance crew for that original structure. This is why the narrative surrounding Jesus of Nazareth is treated with such hostility by these same institutions. It isn't about religion. It is about who has the authority to disrupt the system. The system uses fear, trauma, and ritualized exploitation to maintain control. The gospel narrative is a direct hit on that model. It is a total rejection of the power games the elites use to keep the world under their thumb. Throughout history, this figure is documented as actively dismantling the authority of the principalities and powers, the exact same entities the ancient texts identify as the Watchers. The reason Hollywood and the modern media machine frame him as a threat is because he did what no one else could. He bypassed their tools of control. He broke the cycle of ritual and secret knowledge. Look at the evidence. The people who control the information, the money, and the influence have a blind spot for this one figure. They try to ridicule him, invert his message, and bury the history, yet he remains the only historical variable they cannot patch out of the simulation. The Book of Enoch explains the who and the why of the system. The rest of the narrative provides the account of how that system was fundamentally broken. You've been sold a reality that keeps you compliant, but the data shows we are in a much higher stakes environment than the news cycle allows. We are on a battlefield where the system relies entirely on your ignorance of the rules. The symbols are hiding in plain sight. The historical evidence is there if you are willing to trace it. The information is here. What you do with it is entirely up to you.